This is the Iowa weather report for Friday, November 27th, 2015. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at noon today. We have an upper level feature moving across the Intermountain West into the Rockies. This, along with the remnants of what is now Hurricane Sandra in the eastern Pacific, is going to continue to cause a lot of precipitation across the southern and central plain states. It's going to push the system away. The system that's going on last night will be slowly leaving some lingering showers, maybe a little bit of mix in our far southeastern counties, but it's going to keep the clouds around most of the weekend in our southern tier counties. Some partial sunshine north with highs in the 30s today into this weekend. Maybe a few places nearing 40 near the Iowa-Missouri border. But this second system, with the remnants of the moisture of Sandra, will slowly move back in very late on Sunday, mainly into Monday and Tuesday. Maybe some rain and snow during the day, snow at night. A little too early to determine amounts, but it looks to be light to maybe a little bit moderate in amounts of at least liquid precipitation. We'll continue to monitor it as we move along. You can still see the system here as we go into Monday and then into Tuesday as the system begins to lift out. It will cool our temperatures down a bit, but not a whole lot. We're going to see 30s mainly all week next week, lows in the 20s, with mainly sunny skies as we move from the middle of the week toward the upcoming next weekend. But until then, when the system departs, you see it's fairly calm to our west, except for this new system moving into the northwest with some rain and mountain snow there. A little bit of precipitation across South Texas. That kind of starts to wash out as it goes through the mid-south and into the deep south as well. Still watching that system smashing into the west coast with rain, mountain snow. Around here, it's still remaining tranquil as we move toward the end of the week and into even next weekend as well. By next Friday, you can see fairly quiet. You can see a little disturbance well off to our west over the Rockies. Could produce a little bit of precipitation there. Another disturbance moving across the mid-Atlantic. That could be a system that could be needing to be watched over the east by late next week into the following weekend. But meanwhile, it's just quiet and maybe slightly warming up as we move toward the end of the week. We'll see. As we go toward the extended period on the 8th of December, we have a system over the Canadian Maritimes, a weak disturbance over the middle part of the country, and another one just about to move onto the west coast once again. And with the flow mainly west to east, that's going to keep our temperatures fairly mild. Could see highs maybe into the 40s if this is to be correct with Pacific air. You can see a little bit of precipitation to our north, but the big systems off the west coast and off the east coast. The end of the forecast on the 12th, we have a system over the Canadian Maritimes, another one just moving away from the state, another one coming into the northwest and some over Alaska as well. But you can still see the flow is mainly west to east, but a little bit more cold air is coming down with each passing system. So this system, if this is to be correct, could bring us a little bit of light snow or wintry mix as we move toward the middle of December. But there's a lot of time for things to change. Satellite image from last evening shows a lot of change. You can see on the bottom left corner Hurricane Sandra. And that's bringing the moisture plume through Texas into the middle Mississippi River Valley, Great Lakes, and into southern Canada. And that plume is going over some cold air that's producing some wintry weather. Dark purple, ice storm warnings, winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, flood watches, lots of precipitation in the form of rain and even in the form of some ice or some snow. And the precipitation amounts for the next 5 days look very heavy across Texas and Oklahoma into Arkansas. Around here, most of this precipitation has fallen, but a little bit later in the week.